Well, hello. Let me turn all this up. I don't plan on being long here today. I don't know. I hope not. I hope so. So yeah, the title of this video is I have some bad news. Why am I giggling? Let me get to the bad news and then I can because I'm a little butthurt. Just a little bit. And let me tell you why. So if you didn't know, but now you know, I before COVID, of course, COVID shut down everything. So pre-COVID, excuse me, I worked as a teacher in the educational department at Joann's Fabrics. Here where I live, we only have one store, so I only taught at this one store, and like I actually really enjoyed teaching people how to sew to the best of my abilities. You know, I do this. I'm self-taught. I do this for fun. I also do it, I guess, in like a semi-professional kind of way. I don't know how to call it, but I enjoyed it for the most part. I've taught lots of people, kids, adults, senior citizens. Just a really cool place to make some extra money. And then towards the end, when because I worked there for like I want to say maybe 5 years total as a teacher in the educational department. Just for the sewing, I didn't do the crochet or art, none of that. Like we had different teachers for specific types of concentrations. So I was just a sewing teacher, and towards the end we had like a really cool educational coordinator, and our boss gave us a lot of free range to make up our own classes, which was something you could do within, because Joann's had it set up where you could use certain codes, and it would just block out time, and then with that time just implement your own educational course as long as it fit that allotted time, right? So I did that. We did fun projects where it was like my class stuff that I made up, and I had a lot of fun doing it. So when COVID came to shut it down, I was, as with everybody, especially with the jobs that I held, like COVID pretty much just messed up my whole income generator. You know what I mean? Because Joann's was one of way I made income as well, like as a supplement. So that wasn't fun. So we've been waiting now that things are a little more lax, during this new era of COVID or whatever. So I've just been waiting as long as the other teachers. Every so often we check and we'll be like, hey, have they said anything about the classes? Have they, And she's just like, well, I'll talk to the manager, and we're supposed to have a meeting soon. So, anyways, what are we? 7 months in the year, they finally had like the meeting that was going to discuss, because they are going to start bringing back educational classes to this store. Now, excuse me, I don't know if you're a teacher any other Joann's, or it's back to business as usual, or it's been back to business as usual and everyone got their old jobs back, but that wasn't the case the other day with our teacher meeting. We all lost our jobs. Pretty much they were only going to bring back sewing and the cricket classes, but either way, they weren't going to rehire any of us. I don't know if this is going to be permanent or if they're just testing the waters money wise, because since everyone had to pretty much stay home the last year, people got accustomed and realized how easy Zoom meetings and online classes and virtual this, virtual that was. So again, I don't know if it's going to be completely permanent, or they're just testing the waters and maybe they might bring us back. But I'm just a little irritated because we waited 7 months into the year for them to finally make this decision. I assumed, and of course this is wrong on my part, I assumed that they would hire us back, and then when I heard that they were just only going to bring back sewing and cricket, I was like, well, at least like my area that I taught in was going to be brought back. But like I said, that wasn't the case. We're not getting any of our jobs back, so that sucks. What here is what got me. Okay, this is what got me, and I don't know how they're going to handle this. I don't know. Okay, so the team members, I guess, is going to be like, I guess I didn't ask this question right to answer it, but it seems like there's going to be like certain crew members that are going to be, crowned the team members. I don't know if they can sew. I don't know who's going to train them, because Joann's has many, many classes. If you go to the website, there's a bunch of classes you could sign up for and take. They change monthly, but usually it's the same stuff like every month. It just rotates. And then also a lot of their classes now are offered for free on the website through Creative Bug. And they have a ton of tutorials, just like a YouTube channel, but it's Creative Bug that creates all these classes. So that sucks and concerning, because back in the day when we teach, if a problem happens, like a machine gets jammed up or whatever, at least for us sewing people, I don't know, I'm sure the people who did Cricut or any other craft that requires a machine or something, like we could go in there and troubleshoot, right? Like it was not really a problem. And if it was just a total mechanical failure, then we can just pull out another machine. But what I worry about is students are going to sign up and they're going to be taught, this is my worry, they're going to be taught by someone that has no idea how to sew, no idea about the rules and the way things work in terms of like how fabric behaves and stuff like that. And like I said, like they have a huge catalog of classes. Especially for sewing, there's a huge catalog of classes. So I don't see how they are going to be trained for all of those classes. Because like when they hire us, we're supposed to already know what we're going to do. And we pretty much, now I'll get to the part right now where some classes are ridiculous. And a lot of us in the past have had complaints where the instructions are so, like, even for us, like they're so vague. They give us like Xeroxed black and white copies of instructions with pictures of how the project is supposed to come out. And it's just like it looks like a charcoal smudge. Like you don't even know what you're making. You just know that it's a pillowcase. And then sometimes we would have to go to the Joann website to actually find the class and maybe see like a color picture of what the actual project is supposed to look like when it's done. And then go from there, like completely just wing it. But that's why we were hired, right? Because we had the knowledge to be able to go in there and wing it, but we knew how to just take control of it because we knew what we were doing. That's why we're hired in the first place, right? For our expertise and whatever subject it was. So now I'm not really sure like what's going to happen with the students that pay for these classes. I foresee a complete dumpster fire. Just on the account, as I just explained, the instructions are so vague. If sometimes the actual instructors had problems interpreting what the instructions wanted us to do, I can't even imagine what a team member who doesn't know how to sew how that would be handled. Like I said, I foresee a complete dumpster fire. Also, they did extend employment opportunity to us teachers, because the only way we could really teach is if we were officially hired by the store, because before we were independent contractors. So if we were officially hired by the store, then we could teach, but we don't get a bonus, and we would be actual team members. Like we would have a schedule to go work on the floor in the store and make, I don't know what the base pay is. I can only imagine maybe a couple bucks over minimum wage, which in Texas here, minimum wage is $7.25. So work with that. At least when we were teaching, we would get a percentage of, it was a commission. So the more students we had, the more money we made. Of course, sometimes we had to like have a cutoff because it's hard to teach multiple people. I've had a class up to like 6 people for beginners. And even then I remember it was quite a challenge jumping to each person, because every person had like a different problem. Some could do it. Some just really couldn't grasp the concept right away. So that was like a lot of work. So in the end, like, we would be like, oh, well, can you cap this at 4? Because I feel 4 would be the max to give, my best attention to everyone and help them out. So that's how we would handle it. But now I don't even know if they're going to have a cap for team members. I don't know how the team members are going to be trained. I don't know what projects are going to be limited to, or if students can just go into the Joann's catalog and just sign up for anything. So yeah, I'm a little annoyed today because I really expected to get my position back at the store. Yes. It's in on top of his dresser. Oh, so I expected to get my job back and I didn't. So I'm a little butthurt. In fact, right now I went to the Joann, before I started this live, I went to the Joann's website and I was looking, because during our Zoom meeting the other day, our coordinator pulled up some classes that were from the web and pulled up the reviews, and the reviews were absolutely horrible, bad, which is what made me more mad. So, but right now I went to their creative bug section, the projects and learning or whatever at the website, and there were so many good reviews. So I don't even know what to think now, because I saw, because on Zoom you could pull up, like you could screen share and people could see what you're doing. So I saw my coordinator pull up these classes that had absolutely horrible reviews in the same manner as I was saying with the instructions. They're vague, especially if you don't know what you're doing. You're really not going to know what you're doing. And there was a lot of low star rated classes, as well as people just complaining in the reviews. But right now I pulled it up and there was a lot of classes with really good reviews. So I don't know what to think about that, but I don't know what else. I mean, it's sad. I didn't want to work in the store. I thought about it, but I live really far from the store, and I know they're just going to give you they're not going to give you 30 hours. They give you like 10, 15. And I don't know. That's where I'm just like, living so far, I'm not really sure that's like worth my time. You know what I mean? And then especially to teach something where you have years and years of knowledge on something, only to not be given a bonus, and you're just a team member making, a couple bucks over minimum wage, like I said. So I'm a little annoyed. That's my update for today. I'm sorry I didn't go live yesterday, but I was with family and I was just chilling out because I had a really bad day taking care of my grandma. So I was just like really mentally and physically exhausted that day yesterday. So I was like, I'll just do my live tomorrow, which is right now, and talk about this mess. So I'm just still pushing along, finishing a couple orders. I finished the Lady D costume, which I don't know. I already showed my my client. Let me see. I'm not gonna take it off yet, but that's the costume. So yeah, I'm a little butthurt, like I said, but what am I gonna do? We had a discussion, maybe we should do our own private classes, and I thought about it. So I think once I'm done with these projects, so I can concentrate on something to work on as far as a class, I'm going to do like a guinea pig class with my teachers through Zoom. And if that seems to work out, then I'll do like a second rough draft, maybe on like Instagram Live or something. And I can bring on people who request to be in the video if they have like a sewing challenge. I don't know. I really like the feature where you could bring people on Instagram Live and you could see what they're doing. So I was thinking using that as like a second rough draft, and then like the final draft would be like maybe some kind of pay to play type thing using a PayPal subscription service or something, where you could take classes on a project that I give. I mean, even though like I kind of do stuff like this, the tutorial on my YouTube channel anyways, I don't know, maybe I could do something where it's just like, I'll help you with your sewing problems live or something like that. But we'll figure that out. That'll come when it comes, but I just wanted to share that shitty news right now. So I'll leave you guys be. I'm already going to be 15 minutes in this, just ranting about how I lost my job. So anyways, have a good Sunday. Bye, guys.